Hey, what up guys? I'm back. Just doing a follow-up video to my first one, or the last one I should say. So last weekend we decided to put our cars on the dyno and see what they made. And so that's what this video is all about. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what happened and what you're going to see. But my numbers turned out to be really shitty. They were a lot lower than I expected, but it wasn't because of my fault. I was the first one on the dyno in the morning, and I had somewhere to be that day, so I wanted to get it in, get it on, and get out. So they didn't set the dyno up properly, and my car really ran like shit. The numbers were actually lower than my stage 2 dyno run numbers. So they're going to give me a rerun, which is really cool of them. So next week I'm going to go back, rerun. Hopefully we get things right, and then I'll repost that video sometimes next week. But what you're going to see on this one is this is my MK6 GTI. I'm running a full K04 setup, all bolt-ons. I've got United Motorsports Golf R 3-bar map tune in it, which is different than their 2-bar map tune. The 2-bar lets you take the K04 up to about 22, 23 PSI, but the 3-bar lets you run this thing all the way up to about 30 PSI, where it really likes to sing. So I've been running on the road like this for about 2 or 3 months, kind of just testing it out, feeling it out, and it really likes to be up there in the 25 plus area. Makes great power. I know this because I run it with other IS38s and I can keep up with them. Sometimes if they get a bad start, then I can pull away from them. So this is a really good tune, a great file. I'm out here in Honolulu, and we don't have a dealer out here, so I had to utilize their loaner tool program. Excuse me. It was a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie, and it took forever to get it done. But in the end, the tune is extremely strong, and the guys over at UM definitely know how to write tunes. I'll give them that. So up first is going to be my car. Second is going to be my brother's car. He's got a 2014 Volkswagen Jetta GLI, and it's got the Gen 3 motor in it, so he's running an IS38 swap as well. We just completed that with him probably about 3 weeks ago, and he's been dialing it in. So he's still doing some dyno tuning on it so we can get it dialed in. Yeah, that'll be the second car. And then third, we're running our friend's, I think he's got a 2016 Volkswagen GTI, so the MK7 Gen 3 motor, and he also has a full IS38 swap in it. I'll put all the mod lists for each car down below, and so you guys can see what we're making, or how we're making this kind of power. But everybody made some good power for their setup, obviously except for mine, so we'll have to wait and see until next week. But go ahead and check this out, and if you guys got any comments, questions, go ahead and leave them in below. And we'll see how we do next week. And then in about a month, we're gonna all put meth on. So all these dyno runs that you're gonna watch are without meth. And then we're all installing meth kits, pretty much the same meth kit. I think it's the Snow Performance Stage 2. And then we're gonna go back in about a month, and we're gonna rerun them and see what we do. So hope you like it, and leave some comments, questions if you like, and we'll talk to you later. Alright, so that was my car. I ran a really measly, I think it was 302 and 236 foot-pounds of torque, so 302 horsepower, 236 foot-pound of torque, which is absolutely shit. I know my car makes more than that, but is what it is, and we're going to get a rerun next week, so I'm not going to make any adjustments, just going to get it on there so I can actually see what it's supposed to make. So next up is going to be my brother's GLI IS38, and same with him. He's been running with IS38 with the Unitronic Stage 2, DSG Stage 2, and he's got it stacked with JB4. So he's been still trying to get this dialed in over the last 3 weeks since we got the install done. And the guys over at JB4 have been really helpful with helping him fine tune it. So you will see what his numbers are shortly. Alright, so my brother's car, he made 322 horsepower, and I think it was 349 foot-pounds of torque. It's kind of interesting listening to that car on the dyno because it's got taller gears in the GTI, so it runs out much longer on a dyno than you typically would, but that helps him out on the road, you know, when he's doing 40 pulls and stuff, so he's got the taller gears to run you down with. So up next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put my buddy's, I think it's actually a 2015, I'm sorry, I keep mixing it up with 15 and 16, but he has a 2015 MK7 GTI with the IS38 swap, and we'll see what he runs. Okay, so the 2015 MK7 GTI IS38, he pulled 370 and 397 torque, so 370 horsepower and 397 foot-pounds of torque, and that's really good. That's with no water methanol at all, and he said these numbers are really close to his previous dyno numbers, which he had, I believe, was 377 horsepower. So now that all three of us have put our cars in the dyno for pre-methanol, water methanol injection baseline numbers, we're going to go ahead and get our kits installed over the next few weeks, get some logs run and dial those in, and then we will be back on the dynos in about a month's time to see what kind of numbers we pull with water methanol kits installed. I'm only going to run it for the cooling and the cleaning process. Simply because my tune doesn't allow for the methanol injection, actual methanol tuning port. I'm not sure about the other two guys, my brother and my friend. They are probably going to be running theirs. They might be able to tune for it, but we'll see. So check back then. But go ahead and leave comments below what you think we're going to make post water methanol injection, and then check back in about a month and we'll let you know. So talk to you guys later. Aloha.